What's up, family? Sean the Shaman here. I'm so glad y'all stopped by tonight. I'm so glad you guys are here. There's so much love for you here. There's high frequencies being sent to you. I'm opening up my heart chakra and sending you unconditional love. That's my light language. That's my spirit speaking. I don't know exactly what that says, but I know the energy. I know Spirit's sending you healing energy right now. Let's see what we got. Wow. That's crazy because I just was sitting here meditating on the cards and I had shuffled a little bit and those are the exact cards that came out. It's the King of Wands. So there's some clarity coming to you, but make sure the King of Wands is like whenever things are going good, the King of Wands kind of like puts the kibosh on it. You know, that's the ego. That's the critic, the judge. You know, that like check out what he's doing. You know, if you're giving somebody a hard time, at least you're somebody else a break. I don't know if you guys see this, but this is no, never mind. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. King of or Page of Wands. So yeah, you're open to an adventure, and there's going to be some message coming to you that has to do with your passion in life, whatever it is that you're very passionate about. Also here I'm seeing some conflict, but also the polka dots in the tarot means not to take it too seriously. That's a play fight, I think. The original story behind that card. There might be a lot of distractions going on for you right now, and it feels like you are a little bit stuck. But I'm seeing in the Seven of Pentacles, it looks like you've been putting in some work on something and you don't know where it's maybe going. The Ace of Pentacles. But it is going to pan out, so stick with it, love. Please stick with it, because it is going to pan out. You got an Ace of Pentacles. Here we got with the Three of Wands. Sorry, I had a little itch there. Thank you. Clear guidance from the Most High. I hope you guys took a minute to do a little deep breath and meditation and use your discernment. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Three of Wands with the Nine of Wands. The wounded warrior. You've been through a lot, but you're still kicking. And I'm not sure if you see on the Three of Wands, it looks like he's looking out into a desert, but that's actually his ships coming in. You can see his ships coming in. And because of the things that you've been through and because you're still standing on spirit, you're not letting it make you bitter and just a crabby ass person, the stuff that you've been through, you're going to be blessed for that. You don't really see it coming now. Got the Hierophant. Yeah, there's divine intervention. Definitely divine intervention. Spirit is definitely stepping in. You got 4, 5. Wow. The Emperor. You're going to be victorious over this. Whatever this little gaggle of people here is, it's giving you a hard time. You're going to be victorious. You're the Emperor. 4, 5. Queen of Swords with the King of Swords. There might be a divine counterpart, but you're also, this could be that you're very, very critical, that you're that you're letting your ego, you know, whenever things are going good, it's like, yeah, but wait, what about this? Yeah, but wait, what about that? Don't get all up in your head like that. Don't think, you know, every time you start to think like a negative thought, grab the first positive thought that you can. Like, think about something in nature, something beautiful, a baby smile. Think about something to raise your vibration, because it's all about the energy, you guys. It is all about the energy. The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. So this might be a little bit slow, this thing that's opening up for you, this opportunity. It might be a little slow going at first, but I see things are really going to open up for you at the, okay. So with the Ace of Pentacles here, let me pull a couple of soul cards, maybe a little bit of, these cards don't have a book that goes with them or anything, so you get the, whatever you feel from the cards. Wow, I guess those wanted to come out. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. I thank you for your clear-guided messages. We only are messing with beings of the Christed light. With this, I'm feeling like you might be struggling. Like this might be like I'm thinking I'm going back to like the ego thing. I'm thinking that you're still in a place of separation. You're not realizing that you're one with everything around you. Everything you see is a different expression of God. Yeah, and I'm also picking up on the number 11 with this card, Gemini energy as well. It's like maybe you're doing some shadow work. The shadow is absolutely necessary, because if it wasn't for the shadow, you wouldn't know what the light was. If it wasn't for the darkness, you wouldn't know how beautiful it is to be the light. I also feel like you're kind of all up in your head again about, I think that's just your ego talking to you, telling you that you're not good enough, you're not worthy. You might have heard some things with the wounded warrior here. You might have been gaslighted before. I'm so sorry for that. You might have dealt with someone with narcissistic tendencies, which is really, really traumatic, and it's hard to heal from that. Believe me, it's taken a long time. I'm picking up on, like, you have maybe 3 guides around you, some masculine guides, like your ancestors. I'm also picking up, you might want to look in, like, to some what are they, like the Pacific Islands. You might have some connection to the Pacific Islands guides there. I'm seeing you letting go. I'm seeing you letting go. And I'm also seeing an activation in the crown chakra. And you might be kind of trying to push that away, because I'm telling you, it is very intense and it is very overwhelming whenever you start to realize that everything that you see physically with your eyes pretty much exists in a wave of light, unless there is a consciousness observing it, if that makes any sense, because we are in a simulation, like a school. We are here to evolve. So any of the things that you've been through were something that your soul actually chose for the growth of that. And you've also been contracted into other beings' lives to help them to grow. I know that I was for a long time, I was attracted to narcissistic relationships. And it's because I had to do a lot of healing and it was because I was actually choosing to love someone more than I was choosing to love myself. And that's a really hard place to be. And you might be kind of like resisting the healing journey and resisting. You're going to maybe start getting a couple headaches, but you're going to start getting some downloads. I'm also picking up on Native American energy. And I'm also picking up on somebody who might be picking up on channeling. Because channeling actually comes from your solar plexus. And and take a second to connect with the solar light. That takes about 1 minute. Take a really deep breath. And pull in as you breathe in. Imagine the solar light going into the crown chakra. And as you breathe in your breath, imagine it going into your lungs and then circulating throughout your whole body. That beautiful, divine, golden light. Yeah, definitely some downloads. Definitely some enlightenment coming to the crown chakra. Definitely some energy. I'm also picking up on star beings. You might be starting to look into the fact that we're not alone. The fact that just because you can't see the beings on the other planets doesn't mean they're not there. They're actually in a different dimension. They're actually, just like we could see the planets and everything, but just like if a 2-dimensional being was looking at a 3-dimensional reality, they'd only see one line at a time. And whenever we look at those planets, that's all our eyes can perceive of what's really there. Because believe me, they're out there. I'm not crazy. I connect with them all the time. I used to be I'll be honest with you, I was a junkie. I was a hustler. I didn't care about anything but myself for a really long time. And spirit smacked me down. Definitely activated my crown chakra. And I am totally 100% in the knowing now that I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. And I was very fortunate to wake up when I did. And I'm glad that you guys are waking up as well. Another thing that I really recommend is just to say out loud, your word is your wand. Remember that. But say out loud, I intend to wake up this lifetime. Just saying those words, it can't hurt anything, right? But just saying those words will start something in motion that cannot be stopped. I absolutely promise you. I'm also feeling someone who's very splintered in their energy. And there's probably some problems in your root chakra. Those are your feelings of safety, security. It's where everything really flows in. It's because it flows in from the top and in from the bottom. Your whole chakra system is like one chakra when it comes to how it flows in and out, because it flows in through your back, like your heart chakra and all that, in through your back and out through the front. Well, the one it pulls in from the ground and it pulls and goes out for the top. Like it pulls up from your root chakra, goes all the way through your chakra and goes up to source energy. So I would really recommend doing some root chakra work. What do we have, Spirit? Most High, clear guided messages. Mother Earth. Yeah, Mother Earth 22. That's a master number. I started this reading at 11:22. There's 2 master numbers. Spirit's been really speaking to me through synchronicities. Start paying attention. Do a little dream journal. But Mother Earth is ascending. His energy is conscious just like we are. It has chakras just like we do. And we are absolutely connected with this earth we are. And if you're not grounded here, if your energy is not grounded, you can start with all this ascension and stuff going on, all these people waking up, this the age of Aquarius, you can really get to feeling like you're straight freaking crazy if you don't do some grounding. Like walking outside barefooted without your shoes on, going up and touching a tree. I know it's weird. The people next door at the State Farm place look at me like I'm crazy. I go walk my dog over there every day. I take off my shoes and I walk all the way through this field and I touch all the big trees. There's only like 7 of them. But I stand there for a second and actually show them a little bit of love and appreciation. They're like the guardians of the earth. I'm also picking on someone who might have some druid lineage, or he might have Celtic. You know, I'm thinking that they spoke a language called Ogham, Ogham, I think. Nothing else, spirit. Oh, there we go. Choices. Yeah, we got that the other night. Number 8. That's the number of the self. It's also the infinity symbol. Choices. Yeah, there's definitely a choice. If you want to keep on, if people want to keep on, there's actually a shift to 5D happening as we speak. And you can stay, if you choose not to realize that you are totally and divinely connected, and you're totally divine and you're connected to source at all times. You grow from the earth like a fruit grows from a tree. You are the fruit of the earth. I know I've said that to you guys before. I'm also picking up on this, like I feel like a priestess energy. I'm also seeing solar plexus and root chakra. And I think that's really going to help open your throat chakra. See how these are coming down here? It's like she's sending her messages out into the world with this blue here as well. She's also tapping into her personal power. And you have a choice. You can realize that you're a beautiful divine being and you're here to help the world wake up, or you can close your eyes to it and you can ignore that fact and you can go down with the ship. Like, that's pretty much how it is. I'm just telling you, there's all kinds of things that are going to be coming to light about our government. It's just things are changing. And we have choices. You could choose to choose a different perspective. Choose to do the healing work. Choose to realize that if you're not the problem, there is no solution. So work on the way that you show up and the way that you take everything. Realize it's happening for you, not to you. Walk your truth. Thank you, Spirit. Walk your truth. I also feel like you... Oh, that's 2 8s on the board. Thank you, Spirit. And an 11, and a 22, which is a master number. And there's something very divine here. There's something very... There's some kind of... Something that you're bringing to the earth plane. See how this red, this root chakra? Something you're bringing, some choice. You're going to give people a different choice. Like, if you don't know the information, then you don't have a choice. You're ignorant to it. You don't have. What you're going to do is offer a different vibration. You're not here to stamp out the light. You're here to hold the light. Stamp out the darkness. You're here to hold the light. Walk your truth. Whatever that happens to be. Just because some people get into crystals and tarot and they're doing all this, stellar and all that stuff. If you are down with loving Jesus and that's your thing, walk your truth. And just realize that might not be the only way to find God. But don't let the fact that all this stuff is starting to come out, don't let that take you away from the fact. Like, I went to a treatment center and I absolutely fell in love with Jesus. Absolutely fell in love. I would walk back and forth in the chapel all the time, talking, praying, praising, and I still love Jesus even more than I ever did, because I have realized that he came here to show me what I'm capable of. He didn't have to come here to save my soul. He came here to show me what I was capable of, and they didn't want us to know that. So they kind of made it where he was something totally spectacular, which he absolutely was. He still gave up his life for us, but he gave it up to show us what we're capable of. And they instituted guilt by telling us that he died for us. He didn't need to die for us. I think the second coming is whenever the last being on earth realizes the atonement. Atonement means at one mit. Jesus absolutely knew he was at one with Source. And that's how he performed all of his miracles. He vibrated his body on the water because he vibrated at a different frequency. I'm just saying it could be absolutely... They might have manipulated things a little bit back in the day to get us to not realize how powerful we actually are. Just think about that for a second. What if he came here to show us how powerful we are? What if he came here to show us... He turned into light on top of a mountain, you guys. He turned into light. I think that should have been more the focus of the whole story, that he turned into light. He activated his light body right there. He was not a physical being. It showed. Anyway, so no, sorry about that, you guys. That's just, I just get kind of passionate about that because I love me some Jesus. Surrender to what is and surrender to the habit of people pleasing. I used to say I'm not no people pleaser and all that, but since I've been doing this healing work and since I've been working, I really don't want, there's some things that I will speak right up about. And there's some things that I will just let go because it's people pleasing. Like I won't act in a way that I would normally act, or I won't sit there and draw because someone's talking or something like that. I'm giving up the people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. Amen. Do you want to be happy? You can't worry about what anybody else thinks. Surrender to what is. Flow with what is instead of fighting it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it will be, as it is, will bring you peace. Weren't we talking about that a while ago? If you're not the problem, there is no solution. Surrender to what is. How can you argue with what is going on? And every moment that you waste resenting it or regretting it or worrying about it is energy that could be focused on something else, on how to make the situation, on how to make your reaction and perception of the situation help it change. Really, man, thank you, Spirit. I'm doing a lot of work with angels, and I'm just telling you guys, whenever you're really feeling down, if you will just call on Archangel Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Gabriel, they are all around you at all times. I've been doing a lot of work with Metatron. Also, I'm picking up on somebody might want to look into the emerald tablets. Maybe listen to those while you're sleeping at night. I'm also picking up that you might need to listen to some reprogramming at night. There's a bunch of them on YouTube that are absolutely for free. It's like 8 hours of some Australian broad telling you how freaking great you are. What could be better than that, right? Surrender fear. Forgetting everything's all right. Let go of fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment. Focus on solutions and celebrate every baby step forward. Yes, and once you actually realize that once you start walking your path and being in your truth, there's nothing to fear. Whoa, did y'all see that star fall down? That's confirmation. Just saying. Ain't nothing to fear. Ain't nothing to worry about, star seeds, light workers, way showers, beautiful beings. We are pioneers. We are visionaries. We came here for this shit. Thank you, Spirit. I bet as soon as we go back, as soon as we leave the physical, go back into the non-physical, I bet like souls like light workers, that we just jump right back in. We don't even take a minute. You know what I'm saying? They'll give me a couple weeks vacation, then I'll go back to the earth school. No, we just like, no, we're going back in, coach. We ready. Sarah La Kali, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be in love. Absolutely. This, as the story goes, this was the love child of Mary Magdalene and Jesus. And she's considered like the Holy Grail, Queen of the Outsiders. I absolutely love that. Like going in and I used to go and hang out with these bums, and I would just go have breakfast with them and stuff. I like stopping and talking to them sometimes. Like people who are down and out have a lot of character, and people who have been through struggle have a lot of just genuineness and authenticity that I really love. When somebody just says how it is. Yeah, I don't really need $1 that bad, but I could use a beer, or however I saw a dude with a sign the other day. It said, "No lies, I just need a beer." Because where I live in the Gulf Coast, we have a couple people sometimes who stand outside, stand at the corners and stuff and ask for money whenever you pull up. But anyways, Queen of the Outsiders. Beautiful energy. Let's get one more of these. I'm also picking up on something about, like, I see that anchor in the heart there. The high heart chakra is your chakra that's at your thymus gland. You might want to do some work on that, because that's actually, oh, the star fell again. Confirmation. That is actually like your group chakra, and it actually closes up around the age of 7, especially for children in the West, just by the way that we are so individualized and seem so separate. We're not separate. We are all one. Mary of Nazareth. Look, his mama and his little girl out here on the same thing, and I was talking about him. Thank you, Jesus. Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. That's what walking your truth is going to do. That's what walking your truth is going to do. Whether you're Catholic, Buddhist, if you follow the Tao Te Ching, the Wu Wei, if you're doing energy healing, anything like that, just walk your truth and know that God is going to bless you for showing up and doing what you're being led to do. Period. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here tonight. I'm feeling your energy. It's incredible. I'm also feeling a little bit of like anxiety, like in my tummy area. I think there's some things that you're going to have to, it might be something going against the way you were, the religion you were brought up in, or maybe to your family. It looks like you're going off the rocker and they're worried about your soul. You know what I mean? And I know that you might be a little, you want to please them, probably that's your family, but you have to surrender the habit of people pleasing. You have to go your own way. You have to walk your truth, or you're never going to find any happiness. You just will never find any happiness. Doors will keep closing. I mean, most people, like, honestly, they die whenever they're 17. They're buried whenever they're 72. Like, you think about it, like, they just get in this thing. You go to work, you trade your time for your money, and there's just this. And I think that we have just gotten so brainwashed. But there is energies that are hitting this planet right now, and there are vibrations that are coming up that just ain't nothing to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to be able to keep us down forever. The truth is coming out. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Oh yeah, we are evolving into a place of realizing that we are all different expressions of Source, God, the Mother, Father, whatever you want to call it. We are all different expressions of the same source. We are all absolutely connected. The earth, the trees, the animals, the plants, the rocks, everything you see is energy moving at a different vibration. That's what makes it appear solid. Like I had said, everything that we perceive, consciousness perceives, actually exists in a wave of light if there's no consciousness perceiving it. I mean, that's really freaked out to think about, because you think, but if you've ever done mushrooms or anything like that, I'm not promoting any of that stuff, but it is part of my journey. If you ever notice how the walls will just start to wave and things like that, because everything is a wave. Look into the wave and particle experiment. You probably already know what I'm talking about, but anyways. Let's see what the star beings have to say. This is Beyond Lunaria deck. I really love the light language on these cards, and I really love the images. They are so activating. I just saw surrender to your innocence. Innocence and purity, like, because we live in, like, especially in the West, like, we take this Puritanized view of sex and everything like that, when it's supposed to be a lot more integrated into our human actions. Everything is about sex, actually. Like, the 7 Hermetic principles, the law of gender, the law of vibration, everything is about sex. Like, the universe was conceived by, like, the light going into the darkness of the womb, where everything grows from. Everything grows from everything. Is everything and nothing at the same time. It's going crazy. Just split it here on root chakra. I'm just saying. I see that butterfly here, the moth at the bottom. I think there's going to be a transformation soon in your root chakra. There'll be more security, more stability. I'm seeing a lot of purple here too. Root chakra again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you really need to do some work on your root chakra. There's some really great meditations on Great Meditation on YouTube. They're 10 minutes long. Yeah, I would definitely recommend some root chakra work. Now, I would also look into the spiritual meaning of the moth. Yeah, we'll definitely do some root chakra work and realize that you are not here to please anyone else. You have to walk in your truth if you're ever going to find your true happiness. I love you so much. May the long time sun shine upon you. May all love surround you. And may the beautiful light of your being guide your way home. Thank you so much.